welcome. I am unapologetically Eric. You can reach me on X at Eric Not Sorry or on Facebook at Unapologetically Eric. If you like this episode, please give it a like, share, tell your friends, and check out my other episodes. Do not keep me your dirty little secret. I hope you enjoy. Now let's get on with the show. How's everybody doing out there today? I hope you're doing well. For me, as usual, I am caffeinated, medicated, and never regulated, so let's fucking go. This morning I was listening to the news. Oh, God, it was fucking painful. And one thing that came up about Connecticut was a wonderful legislature and governor. Yeah, ain't he a beacon of fucking intelligence? They were talking about street takeovers. Now, look. Anybody that's involved with street takeovers are fucking retards. Street takeovers are fucking retarded. They're stupid. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into the adult stuff of it's dangerous. No, it's douchebaggery at its best, and they're all fucking retarded losers. You're all pieces of shit. Yes, you are all pieces of shit. Now, when it comes to cars, I like cars. I am a car guy. I don't know how to fix much on a car. I can check my tire pressure. I can change my oil, but I'm a classic car guy. Like you show me like an old Cuda, a Camaro. Those are cars I like. These fucking race rockets with the fart cans, the salad shooters, and the spoilers for downforce on the back end of a front wheel drive car. You fucking retard. No, those cars are not my thing. But fair to it's just because it's not my thing. To each their own. Okay. Yes, I think those cars are dumb. The fucking stances. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Gay. But okay, fine. It's what you dig. It's what you're into. Fine. Whatever. I don't care. Like, if I go to a car show, I want to see Mustangs and Chevelles. I don't want to see Hondas. But to each their own. I don't care what kind of cars are involved with these street takeovers. I've seen videos of, Civics, and I've also seen videos of, Chargers. Okay, Chargers are a nice car, but they're being driven by a dildo doing donuts in an intersection, so you're kind of a fucking retard. I mean, these street takeovers, in case you are unaware of what they are, and I'm going to be reading a synopsis, an AI synopsis about what's going on, but if you are unaware of them, these are not the days of, if you are from Connecticut and familiar with Connecticut, I recall hearing stories from yesteryear, the 60s and 70s, on the Berlin Turnpike, before things got way overdeveloped. Everybody would hang out at McDonald's, and it would be a hangout. Oh, sure, people would do burnouts leaving the parking lot. Kids are going to be kids, right? But it was a hang. People would get burgers and fries and chill and bullshit and show off their cars. And every once in a while, people would roll out onto the pike, make sure it was clear, and they would drag race. Oh my God, it's so unsafe. Okay, sure. But you also have to remember the Berlin Turnpike at the time was not as overdeveloped and highly trafficked as it is today. Again, yes, drag racing still unsafe. Okay. That's not what is happening. It's not like a car show with a couple of people go, hey man, I bet my car can get 0 to 60 in under 9 seconds. Haha, no, that's not the case. What these people are doing is they will coordinate online through, texts, DMs, whatever. And literally you'll get 50 to 100 people that just fucking show up somewhere, take over literally like an intersection or a whole street. People could be trying to, I don't know, go to work or go home or what. They don't care. They're now doing donuts, burnouts. They're jumping on cars. If you try to say shit, they'll attack you. They get violent. Yeah, they're fucking animals. They're pieces of shit that don't give a flying fuck that you were trying to go pick your kid up at daycare. They don't care. Well, sometimes, most of the time it happens. I don't give a fuck what time of day it happens. These people are assholes. But then I hear this morning, to go back to the beginning, I was listening to the news, and Connecticut is talking about making stricter laws on street takeovers. Really? Why? Why? Don't we already have laws on the books against this shit? Like reckless driving, don't you like get fined or penalized for doing donuts if you're caught doing donuts somewhere, right? I'm not talking eating the powdery ones. I'm talking, doing a line of the powder and then going weird in circles. It's already against the law, right? Okay, speeding. That's already against the law. Oh, jumping on people's cars. Oh, that's already against the law. So, interesting. So I was like, all right, what are they actually talking about here? So I went online and I did a quick AI synopsis, and I'm going to read to you what it came up with, and I'm going to get into more of my cynical side. So, Connecticut state lawmakers are considering a proposed law to increase penalties for those engaged in illegal street takeovers and to allow municipalities to seize certain motor vehicles used in those events. Okay. The bill, SB 1284, would enable cities and towns to adopt ordinances that impose significant fines and allow the seizure and destruction of ATVs and dirt bikes used in street takeovers. Oh, so those are also involved. Yeah, in case you're unaware, yes, there are a lot of people riding ATVs and dirt bikes and mini bikes still on the street. It's already against the fucking law, though, but, Additionally, the bill would allow for suspension of an individual's driver's license for 45 days if they participate in a street takeover. On the third offense, the person could lose their license permanently. Ooh, they shudder with fear. Attorney General William Tong, another bastion of brilliance, testified that street takeovers pose a significant safety risk, stating, and I quote, "Street takeovers are the extreme celebration of the..." What? Extreme celebration of this dangerous... I'm going to start over because I am stuck on that word, celebration. Why would you include that word with reckless driving, vandalism? William Tong testified that street takeovers pose a significant safety risk, stating, quote, "Street takeovers are the extreme celebration of this dangerous driving culture, where large groups of individuals flood entire roads with reckless speeding and weaving. This is not merely a disruption. This puts every other road user at risk, from drivers to pedestrians and cyclists and nearby neighbors." New Haven Mayor, end quote, New Haven Mayor Justin Ellicker, another fucking genius, emphasized the safety and lawlessness issues created by street takeovers. Notice that people have been injured and killed in such incidents. A similar bill, HB 5413, passed the House last year, but did not make it through the Senate. Interesting. And this state's all ran by Democrats. Ha! Let's just keep the problem perpetual, right? We need more laws. Lawmakers are determined to get this legislation passed in 2025. All right, so that was the AI synopsis. Doesn't that make you feel all warm and fuzzy? Doesn't it? I know it doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy. I think that these people are fucking idiots. We already have penalties and laws on the books. Now, I am totally in favor of making penalties harsher. I have always been in favor of making penalties harsher for a lot of shit and reducing on some other ones. But because these people don't really care about you or the safety of the public, they're never going to make the penalties harsh enough. Instead, they will continue to drag their feet and their nuts on our face. Because it's such a problem. They started talking and they came up with this bill, that first bill, like in 2023. And it still didn't pass last year in 2024. but it's so detrimental. They don't care. They don't care. They could crack down on that shit now. I mean, I am sure that if law enforcement already doesn't have a task force or some department with their finger on the pulse of this shit, I am sure they would have no problem doing it if you just told them to. But that's not going to happen. I still celebrating a car culture. Like I said, these types of cars, I mean, so I'm sure some of them are kind of, I might find cool, but most of them, yeah, it's not my thing. It's not my car culture. It's a shitty car culture. I mean, again, if you want to take those cars and hang out somewhere, and talk shit to your friends, okay, that's cool. It's a hang. But doing shit like this, bro. But yeah, don't worry, folks. William Tong is on it. Ned Lamont's on top of it. Yeah. Don't you feel safer already? I know I fucking don't. Because it's a joke. It's a joke. On your third offense, you could lose on your third offense of doing something that's completely already illegal and dangerous. Your third time. Motherfucker, really? This is a joke. It's a joke. This state's they're all goddamn thing is a joke. You want to be serious on street takeovers? Like, really, you really, if you don't want to use the laws that are already on the books to crack down on speeding and reckless driving and vandalism and all that shit, you don't want to use the current laws. Okay. Let's use the ones that, are on the books, but make the penalties harsher. But again, you have to use and enforce the laws. So, okay, you poop out this new law, William Tong. Are you going to enforce it? And if so, for how long? For how long? Before, I don't know, a certain demographic of people get overwhelmingly arrested and suddenly there's public outcry. So, William, how long are we going to chase after these people? Yeah, go fuck yourself. It's a joke. They don't care. If it were me, okay, you get caught doing any of this shit, okay, mandatory 3 years in prison, loss of license for 5 years, don't worry because you'll be in jail for most of that, and your car is impounded and destroyed or just stripped for parts, and the state can sell them for money. Why not? Oh, well, people, and a $100,000 fine. Oh, but people can't afford that kind of fine. Then don't fucking do a street takeover. Wow! What a concept. But they're not going to make these penalties harsh enough. They never fucking do. It's a joke. It's like, okay, have you ever been pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt? Oh, you got to wear a seatbelt. Seatbelts are, you got to wear a seatbelt. It's the law. Okay, fair enough. Fine. What? I'll wear it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But have you ever been pulled over for a seatbelt? Well, you don't wear a seatbelt, they will ticket you. Because it's for your safety. And the fine, it's not that much. Driving distracted kills how many tens of thousands of people a year in this country? We have fines in the state of Connecticut if you were caught driving distracted, talking on your cell phone, and it's not hands-free. Still see it fucking happening. And what are the penalties for that, folks? Couple $100, maybe 300. I mean, really, it's a joke. It's so dangerous. They're going to ticket you for your safety. They don't care. Oh, if distracted driving is so fucking terrible, then okay. How about you get pulled over for talking on your phone, not hands-free, and okay, you lose your car and you lose your license and a $10,000 fine. People can't afford that. Then don't fucking do it. If it's a problem, then come up with a fucking real solution. Well, street takeovers are a problem. I agree. It's douchebaggery at its worst. But what are your penalties? How harsh are they? Oh, wait, they're not at all. Are you going to enforce them? Probably not. It's a joke, people. They don't give a fuck about you. It's a joke. It's a money-making operation. That's all it is. I agree. Yes, street takeovers, it's bullshit. They're all cunts. Every one of them. And yes, they should be immediately shut the fuck down. I don't give a shit if you send in SWAT teams with full autos fucking shooting pepper balls. Smoke that shit up, turn it into a cloud of fucking, eye irritant, and get them fucks out of there. I don't give a shit. You're all cunts. Be gone. But for our state officials to, act all tough, bitch, it's been 2 years. And you fucks haven't even kidding. You're all a joke. You're a joke. You say you care. You don't care. You don't care. I will give you a little nugget to just prove to you how much they don't care about you. In that synopsis, I mentioned New Haven Mayor Justin Ellicker. He is so concerned about the safety and the well-being of his residents. However, I did see on an unrelated story this morning that he was not happy with a certain airline that flies out of Tweed who is shipping out illegals. He has a problem with that. So he cares about the safety and well-being of his citizens when it comes to street takeovers, but not when there's somebody in the country that shouldn't be here and is here illegally and is probably a criminal. That's different, though. All right, famous last 2 words of every Democrat. That's different. Again, totally unrelated story, but, again, just more evidence that they don't give a fuck about you. They don't. Well, we gotta have more laws. Enforce the ones on the books. Well, we can't make the penalties too harsh. Well, then you don't give a fuck. You don't care. You don't care. I mean, that's almost as dumb as saying, I don't want my child to burn their hand on the hot stove. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I wouldn't want your child to burn their hand on a hot stove. That would be terrible. So yeah, you make sure, the child stays away from the stove and the burner gets cold, right? Well, no. That's what logical people would do. Our state officials would leave the burner on 2 out of 10. So it's still warm because they don't really give a shit. They'll say they don't want somebody to get hurt, but they're not going to really go there to make it better, because then you fix a problem and then you can't, justify raising taxes and running another election. Yeah, because that's all it's about, folks. It's not about street takeovers. It's not about you. It's about them. It's always been about them. Are you waking up yet? They don't give a fuck about you. And yeah, if you're in a street takeover group, you're a fucking douche. Oh, look at me doing donuts. My buddy just got hit in the bumper. That's cool. Oh, shit. You fucking losers. My God. I'm doing you fucking pogue. God. And all you hear is a bunch of Subarus taking off, hitting the rev limiter, sounding like fucking lawnmowers screaming for death. You fucking losers. But the same thing with our legislators. It's like they don't care. I mean, they say they do. And okay, maybe there's a little part of them that really cares, but they don't care. They're never going to make this serious. They're never going to take anything serious. They're never going to crack down on anything too harshly, because they're either going to piss off a certain group of people, or they might actually solve something, and you can't have that. And it doesn't matter what letter is next to that politician's name. They don't want to solve anything, because if you solve something, well, then you solved it, and your purpose is no longer needed. So this street takeover shit, it's never going to go away. In fact, it's probably going to get worse, because this state's not going to take this shit serious. Or like I said, they'll pass it, they'll crack down for like 90 days, and then they'll move on to the next thing that they're, circle jerking about. So yeah, that was the thing that kind of got under my ass this morning. I'm like, really? Fuck you people. You're not going to take this shit. Just come on. Get out of here. You're all joking. You're all joshing me. I don't believe you. Get out of here, bro. So thank you for tuning in. And if you actually want the state of Connecticut to crack down on this horse shit, yeah, absolutely reach out to, local legislators. Be polite, you know. You don't have to be rude just because I am. Just, you get more with honey, that old saying goes. But, yeah, so that's what's going on. They've been working since 2023 to crack down on this dangerous thing, and, yeah, it's still not there. But they're talking about it. Don't you feel so much better? Yeah, I know I do. All right, thank you for tuning in. There will be another episode real soon. And if you like it, please, if you like the episode, give it a like, share, tell your friends, and all that good shit. Until next time, keep being you.